November 28th, 2011. Burning Hearts. Sunset burning in an empty sky on a canvas with no color. And all that I see is you looking at me. Would you kindly take your eyes off me, sir? It's getting stranger, no longer a stranger. I recognize the light in your eyes. Still I can't help but follow you to hell and listen to the things I despise. Everything's changing, going all strange, and I want it all to go away. He was a stranger, then it all changed, and I forgot what I was gonna say today. The wheels keep rolling, everyone's knowing something in the back of my mind. The feeling it's growing, I've gotta get going before I look back and I find nothing. Everything's changing, going all strange, and I want it all to go away. He was a stranger, then it all changed, and I forgot what I was gonna say today. Everything I thought before I came here vanished away yesterday. Before I'd have bought it, might even have sought it, and now I know enough to say I've gotta run away. 'Cause everything's changing, going all strange, and I want it all to go away. He was a stranger, then it all changed, and I forgot what I was gonna say today. Now I remember something forgotten, a candle burning in the dark. After the sun sets, I suddenly forget it, and every word hits my dear heart. It's getting stranger, no longer a stranger. I'm starting to recognize everything I should have realized before. Still I can't help but follow you to hell, and I saw a thing in your eyes, and then I shut the door. You can't come anymore over to me forever more. Hello and welcome back to Oddgoth, the podcast where I read through all of my old DeviantArt journal entries in order. So without further ado, January 4th, 2012. Devious journal entry. I really should write a list and keep it in my backpack. Ways to begin a journal entry. Because this just doesn't work, typing about not knowing what to say to start. It just doesn't. I don't even feel like that sentence. I don't even like that sentence? I don't know. It looked so boring in my head. Why finish it? No one wants to read it, not even me. So why should I type it? Exactly. We had to play volleyball in gym today. I make one teensy tiny mistake and then the idiot, I mean team member, in the space behind mine starts stealing everything that comes my way. No, I don't want to participate. Sure, just take it. Have the ball. I never wanted it to come over here anyway. Really, I kinda need to chill out now. I'm in a rather irritable mood. I mean, come on, the whole point of having people in specific spots is so that they can get the ball when it goes in their spot. Not so some, oh, never mind. But you see what I mean? Calm down, Constance. Chill. Think of penguins and that polar bear in the Coke can. Actually, I was asking my dad about that on Christmas. Why are the polar bears the only animal in the Arctic that we want to save? What about the penguins and the Arctic foxes and the other animals? They have a home too, but does Coca-Cola care about them? No, it's just the cute little polar bears, because they're so darn cute. Well, guess what, children? Well, I don't know what they do that's horrifying or gruesome, but I bet they aren't as innocent as they seem. Personally, I'm more of a penguin person myself. You might have guessed. I don't know why. Have you ever cut your own hair? I have. Kindergarten, 8th grade, a little bit yesterday, this morning. I love how this journal entry starts with a bunch of random stuff, and then it's like, by the way, I just cut my hair. Like, that could have been the starter. Have you ever cut your own hair? I have. Kindergarten, 8th grade, a little bit yesterday, this morning. But at least I researched online how to do it this time. I'm kind of hoping that none of my parents notice. Ponytails and hats work like a charm, actually. Especially if you always wear hats. Though really, what kind of parent doesn't say that their kids lost like 2 or 3 inches of hair? I've been hiding it, though. Why did I do this again? I ask myself. Well, you see, I don't know exactly. I like my hair way better really short than long. Even though every time I bring it up, everyone I know freaks out. Constance, don't cut off all that beautiful hair. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's okay long, but it's still not as short as I like it. Not yet. But a few more inches would most certainly alert my mother. Why didn't I ask her to cut it? Stupid, stupid of me. Need another idea of what to write on. Well, we had macaroni and cheese for dinner today. It tasted okay. I made it. I used to cook dinner every day at my dad's, but here no one wants me to. I just get criticized for making mistakes and they don't let me try again. Like in volleyball. Sure, I made mistakes, but all the food around here isn't what I'm used to. The pantry's full, but nothing there is edible or cookable to me. I don't eat tuna or salmon or spicy stuff or shrimp or any of this. Why am I being such an ungrateful teenager anyway? Geez, just because the food was better back home. Still, I'm seriously starting to get sick of all this peanut butter and jelly. And then that just doesn't go on. I've had 2 or 3 every school day since, say, September. That's with approximately 20 days a month for 4 months, because I'm not counting weekends. That is not possible. Surely I couldn't have eaten 160 sandwiches, much less 200. If I was one of those cool people who could say Jesus Christ in another language, I would right now. I mean, whoa. No wonder I'm sick of it. And I don't even have chips or cookies or anything to go with them. Gotta go. Oof. So there's like hints of stuff going on there, I suppose. Like, yeah. RIP to whatever kid. I think I know who, but RIP to the kid that I got mad at for stealing the ball from me. Like, it's fine. I was just bitter at the time. I forgive you. It's interesting to see like what I wrote about cutting my hair because I did do that in kindergarten for the first time, and then in middle school, and then in high school, and now I just cut my own hair. And yeah, I do still have the urge to cut it a lot, so I kind of have a compromise going where half of it's shaved and half of it grows out, so I still get to shave my head like halfway every month or so. But yeah, I don't know if I was just feeling trans back then or if I just preferred to have short hair because don't need to be trans really to want to have short hair as a girl, but I wasn't one, so yeah. January 10th, 2012. Sketched. The first 10 people who comment on this journal will receive a, all caps, free sketch. In return, however, you must offer 10 free sketches in your own journal too. When I see you have made this journal too, then I will start your request. If you've done this in the recent past, just provide proof and that will do also. Remember, these are sketches, all caps, meaning they probably won't be colored and they will be done fast, nothing too hard or perfect. Sketchy, rough lines, quickly made, by your request. First 10 comments. 1. OC Jackie Kazami, finished. 2. Stephen Colbert, finished. 3. Anything, finished. And then 4 through 10 are empty because 3 people requested things. January 24th, 2012. Anyone know something I should draw? So I'm kind of out of, I don't know, ideas? People. Characters, if I ever had any good ones. Maybe I shouldn't have titled this with the word should, but instead could. Or would. Or something that I could, should, would write. You know? Please. Anything. January 28th, 2012. Can't stop commenting. I have like 5 pages of reply stacks, but I can't stop looking at different stuff and commenting. If I forgot to say you're welcome to anyone, I didn't mean to. I really like your art/poetry. Anyone else have this addiction, or just to DeviantArt in general? I can't believe I ever liked Facebook. Speaking of which, isn't it a coincidence how my teacher's wall gets a dozen posts the day before semester grades are locked in? Wow. No comments because I was being kind of an asshole. Some of these I like that. January 28th, 2012. 48% cute. This is like a copy pasta, one of those quizzes where you put an X next to the things that you identify with yourself or whatever. So I'm just going to read through the ones that I have an X next to. Appearance. You're quiet. You say random silly things. I didn't click yes to you have a baby face, but I did, and I still do, so. You wear a more down-to-earth style of clothing. You don't wear halter tops or anything too showy. You're under 5 feet 6 inches tall. Not anymore, motherfucker. Now I am 5'6". Like, basically. Innocence. You're a virgin. You sleep with a stuffed animal. You've never played the nervous game. What? You don't even know what the nervous game is. I still don't know what the nervous game is. Personality. You can be ignorant or oblivious. I didn't put yes next to you'd consider yourself shy. Maybe because I just thought of myself as more anxious than shy. You like happy, upbeat music. What you think is cute. Small mini versions of things that make you go, aww. Total, 12. Multiply how many you got by 4. Repost as, I'm blank percent cute. So, 48%. I'm just gonna quick calculate what my score would be now, just to kind of compare. Okay, I am pleased to report that I am now, as I am older, 60% cute. I am taller, partly after going on testosterone. And I do wear halter tops and etc. now. But I also like pink now, and you know what? I do consider myself shy. Like, I'm shy. Let's be real. So, yeah, that's an increase of approximately 12%. So, yeah. I just think it's kind of cool in this podcast to have like entries mixed in with this random ass copy pasta stuff. Like, it's multimedia. February 2nd, 2012. Devious journal entry. I've been meaning to write a journal entry for the past month, and now I am. Do you ever find yourself wondering what you'd write about in a journal entry if you had computer access wherever you are? I still want to make a list of stuff to say, maybe later. I made my 700th comment today. Damn. In other news, God, why do brothers always walk around shirtless? It's so annoying. And then I just get, well, why not? Perhaps because you're my brother? Yay, V's wearing a t-shirt now. And no, it does not make him skinnier. Why does he even want to know? Boys are so weird. It's not like I go to his room and ask if I look skinny, because I really don't. And what would he know? Oof. I think, I'm gonna need that list soon. Perhaps I need to ask my watchers what they'd like to hear about. I'm thinking, still thinking. No, I'm typing. You can't really think all that well when you type, because you're typing. Then again, you're typing whatever first comes to mind. Well, I do that. Am doing that. So I guess you're just doing both kind of mixed together. Like that totally epic string cheese that's cheddar and whatever the white cheese is. Not Swiss. Provolone? You'd think that I know, since everyone seems to know where I'm from as the land of cheese, but I don't. Speaking of which, you guys here don't have amazing fresh cheese curds at your stores, which I really miss. Really fresh, like that morning fresh. Like that morning fresh. From nice fat cows of nice red barns and farms. There aren't that many farms here, actually. Back home, they're kind of everywhere except the big cities. Well, the biggest. My hometown did have more than a few. Are different states really that different? I always get asked what it's like back there, and a lot of it's the same. Except that seriously 95% of them are German, the backyards are 5 times bigger, and everything is rural or close to it. Because you can't get good cell service basically anywhere in the northern part unless you're in town. Up north is really great though. They have tourist towns full of old fashioned shops full of ice cream and bright t shirts, a zillion lakes to fish and swim in, cabins, summer houses, stars, all the good stuff. And campfires. S'mores and hot dogs and hamburgers and all the good stuff. I really miss camping like that. Cooking all the food over the fire in Dad's camp stove, getting all freaked out. Freaked out? When it starts to rain and all our crap is out, getting up at midnight from a horrible air mattress to go to the bathroom, which is basically a permanent porta potty. I totally botched up on the spelling of that. And canoeing. That was fun. With Dad, canoeing was for fishing. I like the relaxation part of fishing, but not the actual, well, fish part. I still hate touching worms and sliding them onto the hook. Oh, bye. Back again. I mean, canoeing with Mom wasn't about relaxing or fish. It was about getting cell service and not standing up, because apparently that might tip the canoe or whatever. She needs to be calmer, I think. She works a lot, which isn't really good for her, because she doesn't get a whole bunch of sleep and all of that. I keep meaning to say this one thing about her, but I don't know how. Because I've known since September, and I might be asked, well, why I didn't say it before. Like the DeviantArt thing. And now it just seems stupid to say it in a journal entry instead of out loud. But since I haven't. To get to the point, my mom's pregnant. Does anyone even really care? I don't know, probably not. I mean, I almost don't. But maybe it hasn't hit me yet or something. Even after the pictures and finding out it was a girl, I still call it it. And a money sucking alien seahorse, since the first picture I saw made the thing honest to God look like a seahorse, and it cost a lot for all the crap. I should probably shut up now, because if Mom ever saw this, she'd probably. I don't know. But I guess I should respect her privacy. So now I'm back to. What could top that in importance? I can think of a few things, but nothing that I'd say. So, how are you guys doing? February 6th, 2012. Devious journal entry. I signed up for this Harry Potter Valentine's contest, and now I am really clueless as to how I'm going to do it. Basically, because the two characters I ended up with by picking letter C and number 2 were Voldemort and Sirius Black. What am I supposed to do for that? Well, actually, I'm supposed to be writing a card from one to the other, and it could be quite humorous if I do it right. Anyone know any Voldemort/Sirius jokes? Huh. If you're wondering why I'm not at school right now, I'm rather sick. You see, during that Super Bowl thing yesterday, I wasn't feeling very well. And then, just as they were all yelling, "We won," whatever, I leaned over and threw up all over the floor, and then ran to the bathroom to repeat. Sorry for the graphicness. I'm kind of afraid to eat now and fear that it'll happen again. All I've had so far is Kool-Aid and water. I found this epic squid hat online. It's blue, in all caps. Here's the link. Epic, right? Maybe I should go look up some more hats online, just because I have nothing else to do, and then I'll make a list of the best ones and rate them. This is gonna be fun. Oh, my glasses, I have this one. And there's a link to a hat that's no longer valid. And after another link, the fact that it's a guy modeling this one is rather disturbing, because I guess I was just sort of homophobic then. It's strange that I'm actually jealous of these. And then another link. I'm bored of that. Short attention span. Just posted another poem. Rereading my journal entries from January makes me feel kind of dizzy. Do I always write so much random crap that has nothing to do with anything at all? Well, actually, yes. Yes, I do. Actually, sometimes I wonder if I do have some sort of disorder. Oh no. I took a quiz online once and tested high for a bunch of them, like avoidant and OCPD. It's actually rather fun to do quizzes and stuff. I used to do those all the time. There's a lot of stuff that I used to do that I no longer do, such as watch TV. I mean, I haven't seen Glee or SpongeBob in forever, and I never did get to see Adventure Time. Read obsessively. Like, I still do, but not 3 novels a weekend. Write in my diaries. I don't know, lots of stuff, but now I draw, which I sucked at before. Write even more poetry. Write bad love poetry about moronic males. I do not know why I ever did that. Just a middle school thing, I guess. And now I have friends. Not that I didn't before, but now it's actually in the plural for once. Oof. I was one of the most popular in 4th grade. I pretty much did whatever the hell I wanted, so one day I was hanging out with people, and the next I was reading during recess. I kinda miss that Constance, actually. Then again, she wasn't as cool as me now. Plus, if I had to meet her now, I'd probably kind of hate her, think she was a ditz and a bit of a dot dot dot. Anyway, I don't know what that means. I mean, she couldn't draw. She did write, but it was all crap about talking unicorns and turtles. Lots of those. And her favorite color was, wait for it, pink. Not that there's anything wrong with pink, but I'm not really the sequins and sparkles type anymore. If I actually had, I don't know, money, my room would probably reflect that. But so far, all I've got is a black and purple trash can from Target, which I love. You know, sometimes I look in the mirror and don't recognize myself. Does that happen to everybody? I'm almost entirely convinced that this isn't my first life, actually. If I hadn't been raised Christian, I'd probably be Hindu or something, but then I couldn't eat hamburgers, and I like hamburgers, you know? Because they say that cows are sacred or whatever. Or was it sheep? I have no idea. I'm actually quite hungry right now. Well, my stomach is, anyway. I technically haven't digested anything since the day before yesterday because those tacos from Taco Bell came back up. I've got to stop remembering that. It makes me want to get sick again, which is why I still haven't eaten. My mom wants to take me out for breakfast. She said to wake her up in an hour, like 2 hours ago or something. I'm kind of delaying. We're going to Barnes& and Noble tonight, which I'm happy about. I'll have to check the clearance section for any epic graphic novels. Usually they're under a bunch of other books, but I'm a master at finding them. Then again, do I really want everyone at the table to commandeer another of my books and then take every picture the completely wrong way? Actually, it was quite fun. Last week we did this lemon challenge thing, where the goal was to down a whole bunch of sour Crystal Light lemonade powder without making a weird face. It was actually quite fun. Didn't I just say that? Oh, I did. Maybe I say that a lot. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'll sign off now. Have fun at school. Yes, I really just went there. Haha. February 6th, 2012. Stuff to do when you're out sick. 'Cause my mom just left to go work out at the gym. Dot dot dot. 1. Blast music off YouTube. 2. Check your attendance on the school website. Why have I been marked absent for period 9 when it's only like 1 o'clock now? 3. Write journal entries on DeviantArt. 4. Look for digital camera. Where did I put that? Damn, I didn't find it yet. 5. Look on barnesandnoble.com for stuff to get later. February 10th. Well, I guess I'm 20.5 years old. This is another one of those copy pastas, so I'll just repeat the ones that I put next to. You keep track of dates using a calendar. You've done your own laundry. You can cook for yourself. You think politics are interesting. To which I wrote, kind of. Does that count? You always carry a pen or pencil in your bag or purse or pocket. You've never gotten a detention. You like to take walks by yourself. You know what credibility means without looking it up. You drink caffeine at least once a week. You know how to do the dishes. You can count to 10 and you can count to 10 in another language. When you say you're going to do something, you usually do it. Sort of ish. Oh, you can mow the lawn. Sort of ish. You study even when you don't have to. You have hand washed a car before. You can spell experience without looking it up, but it's already right there, spelled out in the copy pasta. You can go to the store without getting something you don't need. You can type pretty quick. Pretty quickly, I corrected because I was an asshole. Your only friends are from your place of employment. I wrote no, thank God. Oh wait, that was in reply to. You have been to a Tupperware party. No, thank God. You have realized that practically no one will take you seriously unless you are over the age of 25 and have a job. You've been to the beach. You use the internet. You use the internet every day. You make your bed in the morning. Some days. Repost this with the subject as I'm how old you are, but I act what you got in the test. So I was 14, and according to the test, I was 20.5 years old. I think it's kind of interesting to look at this, in that, like, part of this is just, like, adult things I've done because I had to grow up a little too fast. And, like, parents were often at work. So, like, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna do this quiz too, though, just so I can compare. Okay, interestingly, I mean, this test does kind of suck, but after taking it now, I've gone from 20.5 to 21. So, that's, I don't know. Yeah. Like, a couple of these I just changed my answer for them because, like, I either my answer has changed or I just know that I lied on the first one. Because, like, I've technically gotten a detention before, and I put an X next to that one, so. I've never gotten, like, detention, just, like, detention for not handing in all my work 4 times in middle school, and then once I had lunch detention for forgetting my school ID in high school. But that's not interesting, so we're gonna keep going. March 5th. Welcome? Hello. How can I make this interesting? Welcome to what? I have no idea. I'm home by myself tonight. I wonder if I should try and stay up all night. I never have before, but Mom did leave a cup of coffee conveniently on the table. Not that I like coffee at all. I actually detest it. But I still had a few sips, and then rinsed my mouth with water. Is it irresponsible for parents to leave a teenager alone all night with a computer? I mean, for all they know, I could be looking at porn or whatever, but I'm not because, well, I don't know. I haven't really seen the point of it yet. Maybe someday. Plus, I'm busy watching this wonderful. Well, you see, I didn't know that graphic novels were, well, some of them in into TV episodes. Made into TV episodes? Darn, I'm so bad at all of this. But I'm watching my 18th episode of Oran High School Host Club this week. I think I'm in love with it. Them. You know, this is also new and wonderful, and sometimes I have to randomly pause the thing so that I can just laugh in exhilaration. It's brilliant. Brilliant. I just added another few words to the title of this, just 'cause. I think the small bit of coffee that I tried is having an effect. I'm typing really fast and I'm grinning like a maniac or something and staring at a computer screen. I really do think that this is unhealthy. In a good way. Okay. Is it okay for me to write down whatever comes to mind, even if it's weird or stupid? Then again, this is America. And DeviantArt. And my journal. I got like crazy happy when Tamaki got a dog in episode 17 of Oran, the anime, and he named it Antoinette. Is that totally epic or just kind of moronic? And that Kyoyo is just giving him this look. That episode was just hilarious and epic, though. Seeing normally cool characters pissed off makes you laugh so hard, doesn't it? It does to me anyway. And for some reason, I'm beginning to like Hikaru more than Kaoru, as opposed to when I just said that I like the twins. I don't know, as a set. Haha, I suppose it's stupid to feel like a manga expert after reading about 10 novels, but I do, and it's so joyous. Like when I first discovered that there was a whole website for fanfiction and that Harry Potter was the biggest thing. And that took me, what, 2 years to stop going on at every possible moment I could? Something like that. I read the first three of Fruits Basket too, and that was amazing. If I find out who's had the next dozen books out of the library for the last month, I think I'll hurt them. Oof. Okay. Actually, I was about to say cut them. Oh no. Which is mean, but so is taking out half a freaking series of books, especially a really good series. Geez, that was an overdose of explanation points. And also talking about cutting people. I'm not sure which I like better, Fruits Basket or Oron. I used to say Fruits Basket, but then I read 5 more Oron novels because they're actually at the library, and now I'm not so sure. I wish there were more graphic novels at my library. I'm so selfish, I already live so close to it, but I wish there were. I'm using so many explanation points in this entry. I wonder if there's anything that's actually better than Oron. What if there isn't? What if this is the end? That would suck. Well, at least my mom just called, so I know that she at least cares a little what I'm doing. Kind of. I suddenly feel more solemn. You know, I look really different now, I think, in the mirror. Is that conceited to say? Maybe it's the contacts, but I do look more serious and less, I don't know, something. I feel quite different. I guess I should, 'cause everything is changing and really rather quickly. For now, though, I'm game for staying up to watch episode 18 of Oron, and whatever else I feel like doing while I still can. I really do like being by myself. I don't know why some people get lonely. Then again, it's not always easy, just when you've got a computer with internet. Later. Oh crap, they have Oron on fanfiction.net. I am not getting any sleep tonight, and I'm not kidding. I never even considered it, but Kyoya and Haruhi? And. and. There's so much. So many stories. Thousands. Now I want to write one. But I've got to finish reading the actual series first, though. Hopefully, I won't find any spoilers. Dot dot dot. I think I've gone insane. Oh. Dang. Okay. A lot happened in there. It's cool to see me getting into a new hyperfixation, and kind of wondrous just to see someone getting into manga and anime for the first time. Like, you go, kid. I'm glad you found that joy. We're just gonna read one more. April 17th. Greetings and salutations and all of that. Well, hi guys. I would put this nice and poetically, except that I have no idea how. So with awkward humor, I guess I'll have to say that. Heh, my mom just went to the hospital because her water broke and stuff. I think I sound really moronic right now, but I really just am not sure what to say, except for the few unintelligent words that this keyboard seems to be thinking up on its own. So I guess I'll be a sister once more over by the end of today. It's probably going to be really strange for me to be thinking in the middle of history class, hey, my mom's in labor right now. As a side note, I think it's interesting how many times I think of myself here as unintelligent or moronic or dumb or whatever other ableist term I'm using. Like, and where do I learn that, I wonder, to just, like, think of myself as unintelligent when I'm, in this case, now 15 years old. Like, you don't have to be too smart. You don't have to have written a novel at 15. I still haven't really written a novel, and I'm 28 now. I've been thinking about writing a journal entry for the last month, but I never have until now. Sometimes I actually plan out what I would say if I did have computer access, or if I actually felt like logging on. But I can't remember any of that right now, funnily enough. Well, not really. I keep feeling like I should be more serious about this, but I guess I still don't believe that the thing is a real person yet. I was looking through my mom's suitcase packed for this with my brother, and he wanted to know why she needed multiple pairs of shoes if she would be in bed anyway. I'm not really sure. I wonder if the thing will read this someday. It. I should really at least start calling it she. She would probably be pissed at me for referring to it as the thing, to her as the thing. But ever since my mom showed the first picture of what it was supposed to look like, I call it that, since it really did look like an alien seahorse or something. I mean, they've had the name for it forever, so it's not like I can't just call it and then her name is right there. But I still do. I wonder if the habit will ever break. I mean, it's really kind of sad and pathetic. I guess a good Facebook status at this moment for me would be that awkward moment when you have no idea what to type, so you type about that. I actually don't really like those kind of posts, or those, hey, like my status and I'll tell you something good about yourself things. Because, I mean, do I always say I mean a lot in these things? Oh, I don't know. They're irritating for one, and most of the time it's just so that people whose statuses are never liked can get likes in the big Facebook popularity contest, and so that people can get something in return that may or may not be true. I think I liked one of those a while back, but I don't recall anyone posting on my wall. Ha ha. Oof. Once, I sent a chainmail text about how annoying chainmail was, and how it should be stopped. But I guess it was a bit controversial. No, hypocritical. Paradoxical, even. That's a side note from me. Now, I watched the first 25 episodes of Italia over break, and went to band camp for 2 days, because I was so cool, and made cookies, and went to a baseball game. 4 movies. You know, practicing trumpet outside is rather difficult as your music does tend to fly away easily. During camp, we all had to borrow clothespins from some home ec class to keep our music in place in the stands, and even then it didn't always work. We did lots of marching practice too, which was actually kind of fun, even if we did it for hours on end, marching back and forth in the parking lot, in the gym. I think I should probably start my homework due after break now, so see you later, I guess. Kind of. Hey, if all the seasons are all switched around in the southern hemisphere, do they have spring break in November or something? Anyway, bye. Smiley face. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening.